What's up everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll show you how to replace a damaged miter saw fence. Fast, easy, and cheap or free. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Now, let's get started. So, I went to use my miter saw and noticed that the fence was bent and out of whack. I needed to make a bunch of cuts that day, and it was not usable like that. First, let's remove it. It's held on with two bolts. One here, and one here. Looking at this setup, I need something with a right angle and two holes. Looking around, I had a nice piece of angle that almost worked. Just notch the center flange out for the saw blade to clear, and drill two holes to mount it. One here, and one here. This would have been a nice long-term solution, but unfortunately, I already took a piece out. I think I used it here on this go-kart for the brake caliper. Let's make something right now, because I need to use this today. I will be using a piece of 2x4, ripping a straight edge with a table saw, drilling two mounting holes, and this clearance for the saw blade is not necessary, because the saw blade can just cut into it as needed. So let's mark it out, lining up the back of the fence with the back of the board. The face and the holes are the important features, but I may as well mark it all out while it's sitting here. Now let's rip a straight edge for the fence face. Then let's cut it to length. It's kind of strange cutting it without a fence to see it against, but I'll try to get it close with a square and this will be good enough. Next, and last, it's time to drill the mounting holes. First, I measured from the old fence face to the center of the hole. It measures 3/4 of an inch. Then, I measured from the new fence face to the center of the hole that I marked on the 2x4. The first one is perfect as is. The second one needed to be adjusted just a touch. Since the 2x4 is thicker than the stock fence, I will need some longer bolts. Looking through my bucket of random bolts, I found a couple that are longer. Unfortunately, they're still not long enough to go all the way through. I'll do a counter bore and make them work. It's an extra step, but it's easy. Standard bolt clearance is a 32nd of an inch, but I'm going a 1/16 over to allow room to adjust the fence. I'm also oversizing the counter bore diameter by about a 1/16 of an inch. Checking the stock fence, the mounting bolt protrudes 3/8 of an inch. I set up the new bolt to protrude 3/8 as well, which resulted in a counter bore depth of a 1/2 inch. I marked the depth on the spade bit to make it easy. Now let's drill the counter bore. Just drill down to the depth of the tape for both holes. Then drill through with the bolt clearance drill bit. It lines up easily in the hole center left behind by the spade bit. All set. Put the new fence in place and get the bolts hand tight. Then use a square to position it perpendicular to the blade. With the new fence in place, finish tightening it down. And let's do a test cut. And check it with a square. Looking good. So, this was a quick, easy fence. It took me less than a half hour to complete, and will definitely do the job for today. I need to point out that this will get you by for straight cuts, but it'll lock down the turntable and won't allow you to position it for miter cuts. The fence has a relief above the turntable, allowing it to rotate freely. Some simple shims could be added between the saw deck and the fence to replicate this. This will create clearance between the turntable and the fence, but one more step is required. The profile on the back of the fence may also need to be cut out to allow the saw to rotate. But I'm just doing straight cuts today, so this is not necessary. It is intended to be a temporary solution. But hey, I'll probably end up using it for quite some time, until I either find a replacement, or until I get bored and build one out of steel, or until it gets damaged and I have to do it again. Hopefully you found this helpful or entertaining. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Drop any comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.